Hello again. The time is now 5:06 actually, and I would like to officially start our meeting. And good evening. My name is Ayabami Bell Torrance, and I am the Outreach Manager for DDOT. I'd like to thank you all for coming tonight for our community input meeting. And before I get into tonight's meeting rules and presentation, I would like to give our Executive Director of Transit opportunity to give his opening remarks.
Good afternoon, everybody, and thank you, Ayabami. Just welcoming everybody to this edition of the community input meeting. And thank you for taking the time to join and chime in. And as always, really appreciate the feedback, good, bad, and otherwise. And as Ayabami will help us remember, be mindful and respectful of others. And know that we're all here with the same goals, which is to provide great service to the city. So thanks everyone for joining, and looking forward to the conversation.
Thank you. And that leads us into our meeting rules, which are simple and which we kind of just mentioned. Again, please no personal or text or foul language will be tolerated. And that's verbally or in our chat, and the chat will be open once the meeting starts, following the presentation. We do ask that you please respect our limit of 2 minutes during that time. You will be muted for going over. That if time allows, you will have another opportunity to speak. Also know by participating in the Zoom meeting, you are granting permission for your name, image, likeness, as well as audio and video recordings to be used by DDOT. During the public comments period, you can use the raise hand feature to be called upon to speak. Of course, if you are using the dial in only option on your phone, you just simply enter *9 to serve as the raise hand feature to request to speak or ask a question. And again, you'll be able to submit questions or comments to DDOT staff in the chat once that is open. And we do ask that you keep that aligned to tonight's meeting. Before asking a question or commenting, be sure to unmute your audio. We ask that you also state your name and your organization if you're representing one. And following your comments, please mute your audio. We're going to start tonight with our June service changes. A big thank you for all your input on those service changes. As a result of the public hearing and the public comments, the following changes will be effective June 23rd. Starting with the 16 Dexter and Teen Greenfield for the proposals, the daytime frequency improvements for the weekdays are now every 15 minutes, and for weekends, every 20 minutes. Please note that all Dexter trips to Old Redford Meyer and UD Mercy will reroute via Puritan and Livernois. For the 32 McNichols, it will serve Mac and Maross, the transfer point at all times via the existing nighttime extension. The 3 Grand River will have BRT frequencies to improve daytime service. So for the weekdays, that's now every 10 minutes, and for weekends, every 15 minutes. For the 9 Jefferson, extension to the Aldi supermarket at Mac and Alter via Alter, Charlevoix, Chalmers, and Mac. For the 40 Russell, no routing changes. It will have the 50-minute peak service frequency and 70-minute midday, with more time for recovery and reliability. The 12 Conant, there will now be no routing changes, but the 45-minute peak service will be added for frequency. And for the 52 Shane, there are no routing changes at this time. We're going to look ahead now to proposed September changes. Now, DDOT proposes improving weekday frequency on the following routes. The 15 Chicago-Davidson to improve weekday base frequency from 60 to 45 minutes and weekday peak frequency from 45 to 30 minutes. The 19 Fort, improve weekday base frequency from 50 to 40 minutes and weekday peak frequency from 45 to 30 minutes. And for this change, will also be for the Saturday to improve Saturday daytime frequency to every 40 minutes on the 19 Fort. Moving to the 23 Hamilton to improve weekday base frequency from 60 to 40 minutes and weekday peak frequency from 40 to 30 minutes. For the 27 Joy, improve weekday peak frequency from 50 to 35 minutes. The 30 Illinois, improve weekday base frequency from 60 to 45 minutes and weekday peak frequency from 45 to 35 minutes. The 38 Plymouth, improve weekday base frequency from 60 to 45 minutes as well, and weekday peak frequency from 45 to 35 minutes. You'll see the same similar changes for the 41 Schaefer to improve weekday base frequency from 60 to 45 minutes and weekday peak frequency from 45 to 35 minutes. For the 43 Schoolcraft to improve weekday base frequency from 60 to 45 minutes and for the weekday peak frequency that hopes to go from 45 to 30 minutes. And lastly, looking at the 54 Wyoming, the goal is to improve weekday base frequency from 60 to 45 minutes and weekday peak frequency from 45 to 35 minutes. So these proposed changes, which are, as you see, frequency enhancements, are expected to be effective September 1st. Now, of course, you can review and comment on these proposed changes on our website. They're live right now. That's detroitmi.gov/DDOT. And the information you'll be able to find under the News and Events section. Please know that a full presentation on these changes will take place during a public hearing in July. We would like to give you a Coolidge facility update. We know it's been a while, but please know that about 2/3 of the work is now complete, which is great news at the new Coolidge terminal, which is expected to open sometime next year. And in case you don't know, the new facility will replace DDOT's Gilbert terminal, and key features of the new terminal include employee locker rooms, administrative and training space, maintenance facility with heated floors, storage building that can hold up to 150 buses with the option to expand to 250 buses in the future. Turning to our DDOT TEO status. With the latest numbers, the DDOT currently has 499 active operators, that are those who are behind the wheel, and 25 inactive operators. We also have a paratransit update for you tonight. Paratransit same-day service DDOT Now is expected to launch soon. We know that has been a big question, but please know that DDOT is awaiting essential equipment to begin the service. DDOT Now will be available to Paratransit's current and future eligible client base and will allow them to book a trip in as little as 1 hour in advance. The service area and fare, which is $2.50, will mirror DDOT Paratransit. It will operate Monday through Saturday from 6 a.m. to 7 p.m. as a non-dedicated supplemental service. Trips and availability will be limited. So again, stay tuned for more information on the actual launch. Turning now to our DDOT Safety Division. As you know, safety is always our prime concern. We have an update about DDOT's new initiative at the Rosa Parks and Jason Hargrove Transit Centers. The use of the metal detectors will go live starting Thursday, May 22nd. Now, the metal detectors are installed at designated entry points to ensure prohibited items are not brought into the property. If you are using a medical device that may be affected by a metal detector, you would just simply let our staff know. Alternative screening methods will be made available. Upcoming meetings. The next virtual local advisory council meeting, that's our LAC, will take place Tuesday, May 20th at 10 a.m. And for the public hearing for those proposed September changes that I mentioned, that meeting will take place Thursday, July 17th at 5. That will take place in place of our regular community input meeting. You may notice that there's no June meeting, which is also aligned with what's on our flyers. That's because the third Thursday in June is Juneteenth. So we'll hope everyone will be able to celebrate Juneteenth. That is all the updates I have in regards to our presentation. Of course, the latest information, we encourage you to follow our website, be on our website, detroitmi.gov/DDOT. Social media, we're at Instagram, Facebook, X at Ride DDOT. I will now turn it over to my colleague Kristen, who will call our first person, and just give us a moment as we transfer. We'll have the clock up and get the chat open. Thank you. Okay, Kristen, we should be
ready?
all set.
Okay, excellent. The first hand up is a number ending in 169.
You guys hear me?
Yes, go ahead with your comment.
Okay, great. I just want to say hello, everybody. Good day. Thank you all under the sound of my voice for praying for Brother Cunningham. From Cunningham's Facebook page, I've seen many bus right along with candidates and local elected officials. You all can look through his Facebook videos. Your blessings are on the way. Yes, your blessings are on the way. Clergy, mayor's office, city council persons, regular everyday people like myself, go out of your way and do something spectacular for Cunningham's new used vehicle / outreach vehicle. Instead of the tradition of harming him and holding him down, fix your karma, fix your karma, and fix your karma. Don't let karma plague you all again. Thank you for my time.
Thank you. Robert, yours is the next hand up.
Good evening. Can everyone hear me clearly?
Yes, go ahead.
Great. Thank you, Kristen. Well, good evening, everyone. Robert Plowski, transit advocate, longtime DDOT rider, and I'm also the member of the Citizens Advisory Committee of the RTA. I am currently vice chair. So I just want to give a brief thank you to the DDOT staff for all the amazing reports and progress that have been going on, especially when it comes to safety, service enhancements, but most of all, the transparency on getting meeting dates out, making sure that publication is going out for people to attend some of these meetings, but also the help of us advocates to be able to get that out. The only question I have regarding tonight is the service changes that'll be proposed in September, specifically when it comes to Ford Street. Now, you've heard me at some of these meetings before on how much the route needs so much enhancement, frequency improvements, but most of all, it needs a whole new planning aspect done to it in terms of where it's located from start to end point. I wanted to get some clarity specifically from planning in terms of the frequency that's proposed on it. Now, I'm going to say 30 minutes on peak periods and 40 minutes on off-peak periods, including weekends, is not bad. But I just want some more clarification on why it came down to only 40 minutes and it couldn't be put down to at least 30 minutes entirely for the route and maybe 40 minutes on the weekends. Does anyone have an answer to that specifically?
Yeah, all I can say really is that we're improving things gradually. If we put too much service on a route, then its productivity is going to nosedive and it will become a poor one instead of a good one. So right now, the 19 is one of our better routes, but if we double service overnight, we cannot expect ridership to double overnight. That never happens. So
thank you.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Steve. So, and I'm like I said, I'm also a frequent rider of that route, so I can definitely give you my 2 cents on it in terms of ridership numbers. And I would be happy to sit down with you and really talk more about a planning aspect to improve that route. and what's the best course of action. Because I know there's a lot of software that's looked into, but we really need the rider perspective on some of these routes to make sure that things are being drawn efficiently. So I appreciate your clarification on that. Any way I could help, I appreciate it. But thank you again for all that you're doing. I'm very impressed on all the projects, and I definitely look forward to staying in touch with you all. Keep up the great work.
And we do have a fast corridor also being planned for 4th Street.
Say that again, Steve.
I couldn't hear you.
It's also being planned as a fast corridor by our colleagues at Smart.
Yeah, that's currently in proposal, but not for a little bit, but
Yeah. Mhm.
yeah.
So this
Thanks,
is,
Steve.
this is improving.
Yep. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you, Robert. The next hand up is a number ending in 133. One, 3, 3. Okay, we can come back to you. The next hand.
Hello?
Oh, there you go. Go ahead.
Hello? Yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't know how to unmute using the call. This is Renard Wachowski, transit organizer with Detroit People's Platform. Can I be heard?
We hear you, Renard.
Hello?
We hear
Okay,
you.
great. Thank you. I'm sorry. I'm at a mayoral candidate event, so it's kind of loud. I wanted to speak to some of the improvements for September. I'm not sure which routes are being considered, but I just wanted to sort of just start to look at Plymouth and some east side routes that need more frequency, like the Connor, Conant, and other routes, and then some west side routes that are not up to par with speed. We need to get the whole system up to about 30-minute frequencies at least. And I just want to throw my support also for a Grand River BRT-like service that's currently on Jefferson as well. In terms of the comments about the Fort 19, I think that it should be, the span should be expanded down to Fort Street and Southfield Road instead of Outer Drive. Outer Drive is a really sketchy area. It's not safe for any of our passengers. I do understand that 4th Street and Southfield Road are state highways, so you might have to work with MDOT or the city of Lincoln Park or both to possibly expand the Fort 19 down to that area. That way you can transfer to the 140 smart. By having somebody walk over a mile to get to the next kind of area, it's just a bad connection between the 19, 125, and 140. But if you were to have the 419 go down to Southfield Road, it would connect to both the 125 and 140. And the 19 is the only route that goes to Southwest Detroit and downriver. So I think the department needs to have more consideration for it. And the metrics in terms of ridership is not so much more important than access to the area as well. Nobody wants to be standing 40 minutes waiting for another bus because the times are not so bad. Or going to the airport or to other parts of the suburban areas down there. But just wanted to support Pulowski's statement in that regard. Don't know how much time I got left, but just continue to do these route improvements, work with us on DDOT Reimagined. And one question I have is, are the buses meeting their schedule for this past round of route improvements that you did earlier this year? So you talked about and proposed that these routes are going to run 20 or 30 or 10 minutes. Are they actually running on these time scales from the last improvement? That's all. Thank you.
I don't know that we have an answer of it ready for that.
Yeah, I didn't hear anything. I do want to remind Renard too, again, that the proposed changes for September are going to be on the website. So if you want to have a chance to review, and we will go into more full detail with the presentation during the public hearing. But you all can definitely start putting in your public comments for that now.
Okay. Thank you.
Hey,
Miss
Cr-
Margaret.
Kristen, just real quick, this is
Yes.
Robert. Just for the comment about the service changes in April. So one of the key ways that we track is our vehicle availability and pullout. And since our April 21 service changes, we have met the increase in vehicle pullout, and our on-time performance is holding steady or slightly increasing during the weekdays. So while we still overall as a system want to continue to improve our on-time performance, we have continued and we've continued our efforts to increase on-time performance, even with requiring an additional 10 buses at the peak each day. So hopefully that helps a little bit, but that's kind of our initial take from the first few weeks of service.
Okay, great. Thank you for clarifying. Miss Marguerite, yours is the next hand up.
Good evening. Can you hear me okay?
We can, yes, go ahead.
Okay. I I I agree with Bernard because and the full street need need to be expanded to Southfield Road because I remember traveling from from out of driving Fort Street is that that intersection is is dangerous because there is very narrow sidewalk in that area and 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 another thing is why is it that some DDOT drivers may or may not want to deploy the ramp or get close to the curb whenever I ask them to, they give me an attitude because that I already on with the ramp, yes, but I'll go backwards if if they come close to the curb for I to be able to get down from the curb. And I've been calling the ADA coordinator about it. And so this has been the issue with most drivers that I take because it is the Jefferson, the Michigan Avenue, the system, and sometimes that's the best, depending on if I am running late. So I would make my comment for September in the next couple of weeks for that we can be able to improve our Scott. There is one more issue that some drivers may not know, but I know about the ADA law on service animals. So I would love to see a PSA for assistant dogs. Thank you. I'm done.
Thank you, Miss Marguerite. We may take you up on that. The next hand up I see is Mary Jo.
Yes, thank you. I had a question and then just a quick comment. So I was waiting at Michigan in Cass for the 261, and a few of us noticed a DDOT bus coming north on Cass, and it said, "Police emergency, call police." What does that mean? We're standing here thinking, oh my God, do you think the bus driver pushed a button and there's something going on? Anybody know?
I don't.
Was this on the destination sign?
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, all of our buses are equipped to display that if the operator pushes a certain button. So I don't know what happened that day.
And so what does that button mean? Does it mean, hey, if you see this, call the police?
Typically, this is Corey, Chief Safety Officer with DDOT. Ma'am, that is a safety mechanism that is designed on each of our buses. In the event of an emergency, they are to hit it. Unfortunately, in this case, it was hit accidentally.
Oh,
So,
well, so I figured, so you know about it or you heard about it. Okay.
yes, ma'am.
Thank you. And then, so that day I had just been to downtown Maine, Henry Ford. So I was waiting for the Dexter. And, it's not an issue for me, especially, but it would be nice to have a bench there, because people are coming from the doctor and they may not be feeling well. But anyway, I just thought I'd mention that. I'm sure it's not the first time somebody's mentioned it. Thank you.
Thank you. Cunningham, you are up next.
Three one three 444 9114. 313-444-9114. 313-444-9114. That number was made so you can remember it. So I had a rough yesterday, but we did canvass some with the flyers that you guys provide. I do appreciate that. The people appreciate it. And I want to know, you guys had given me a call or text or email as regards to laminating those flyers and putting them in the libraries. And I think Miss Jenny was on the line. And I was curious, very curious, if you guys had put, I think it's 19 open libraries, if you guys had putting those signs up in those libraries and other places like senior buildings for the LAC and stuff like that. I do it myself. I purchase lamination off of Amazon and I post them in different areas. But I was hoping that that phone call or I don't know, the conversation that I had that you all were going forward with that. Also with the director, we were supposed to be doing another ride along or just driving up to see what Flint Transit Center looks like up in Flint, Michigan. I appreciate everything you all do. And I don't know if Mr. Kramer is on the line or Miss Jenny or anyone else that can answer the lamination question. So that is it. I see Mr. Patrick. He's a good guy. I don't know, when I see him in the streets, he doesn't seem like he liked me too much, but I pray for all DDOT. Take care.
Cunningham, we always look forward to your input. I don't have a answer on the lamination thing at this time, but we know how to get a hold of you for follow-up info, so thank you. The next hand up is Lucas.
Hello there, can I be heard?
Yes, go ahead.
Thank you, Kristen. Good evening. My name is Lucas Lasecki. I'm with Transportation Riders United. Wanted to start by thanking the scheduling team and everyone else involved in these proposed service improvements. I think I've said a few times that it would be good to get some more frequency on the lesser used hourly routes, and I really would like to thank you for listening because I think this will have a really good positive impact on the less traveled neighborhoods of Detroit. Will make mobility to and from those places a lot easier. However, I do also want to address the condition of the Hargrove Transit Center. It's been open for a little over a year now, but it's really seems like it's already getting into a pretty worrisome state of disrepair, almost similar to what has happened at Rosa Parks Transit Center. The sidewalks have gotten to be pretty dirty. The doors are breaking at an alarming rate. I really would encourage DDOT to put some more effort and potentially funding into maintaining the facility. However, on the other hand, I've noticed Miles Power Washing doing some additional cleaning at the bus shelters. I think I saw them on Woodward a week or so ago. And it's really nice to see some work getting put into keeping the bus shelters clean. Thanks for your time.
If I could just address the observation that Jason Hargrove, this is Rick Yamakura, and I'm Capital Projects Manager for that particular project. So it is a team effort between several departments. Everybody has been notified, so we are looking forward to seeing improvement there. So we're with you when it comes to the condition of the Hargrove Center. We all remember when it was brand new, and so we're trying to get it back to that same status. So thank you.
Appreciate your work.
Thank you, Lucas. The next hand up is call-in user 1. Call-in user 1.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you now. Go ahead.
Good afternoon. I would like to bring up that I'm noticing that at the Jason Hargrove Center, that the grounds are not being thoroughly washed and hosed down daily. It's full of bird poop, human vomit, and I also think it needs to be where these metal bars are that prevent you from being able to walk through to get to, for example, if you're at the bus stop at the Hargrove Center, that you catch the 450, 460 Smart, you shouldn't have to go all the way down and around to be able to get on the 405 bus if you needed to, or the 495. You should be able to walk straight through. I brought this to Mr. Kramer's attention. Nothing has gotten back with me. I'm also noticing that at Washington Boulevard, at the corner of Michigan, when you're on the stop for the Verner, Jefferson, Gratiot, or Dexter, the grounds are still not being kept clean. They're not being properly washed down, and they have a foul urine smell. Finally, I would also like to know two things. Why can't a bench be put on Joy Road and Telegraph on the eastbound side for those that's waiting for the Joy Road bus that'll be leaving from Joy Road and Telegraph coming to downtown Detroit? It used to be one there, and it has been removed. It makes it difficult for those of us who are, in fact, disabled. I think also the changes you made to the Linwood is not good. You're making it come on 50 minutes as opposed to the even hour. Linwood should be extended until a minimum of 11 p.m., nothing shorter than 11:35 Monday through Saturday. And this needs to be reconsidered instead of just having one an hour. The Dexter is still running very poorly with this bus terminal that is, or bus shelter, excuse me, that's at the corner of Linwood and West Grand, because they have different papers that's inside of this little bus shelter. It makes it hard for you to be able to see the bus coming. And they have the City of Detroit garbage can where you can't walk straight up on the bus. You have to go around it, putting yourself at risk of being ran over. That needs to be addressed immediately, and it's not. And so when do you get this addressed, please?
Thank you. That was time we allowed you to go over.
I mean, the
Even still, I'm asking, when does it get done?
Okay,
One moment. I see that we have someone on the line who wants to contribute.
Okay, I need to know specifically which shelter it is that has the trouble with all the papers on it.
Okay. Am I allowed to speak without any interruption or any disrespectful rudeness from this lady that was talking?
Ma'am, he asked a question,
You're being very rude. I like to answer the gentleman. Please stop being rude.
Please do.
Okay. Can I respond? I don't need you to tell me, please.
Absolutely,
All
ma'am.
you got to do is allow me to answer him. Let me answer him without you coming real indignant and ratchet. Sir, this stop is right at the corner of Linwood and West Grand Boulevard. There, it's right in front of the Valero gas station. So the address that this bus shelter would be at is 6571 Linwood. Across the street is a Family Dollar. When the Dexter comes on that side, it is going southbound. And so if you're standing, say, next to it, you couldn't see the Dexter bus coming because they have like this inside paper advertisement that talks about texting. You'd have to go around it. This little metal garbage can prevents you from being able to get straight to the stop. You have to walk around it, putting yourself at risk of being hit by ongoing traffic.
Is this,
I do appreciate you allowing me to explain that uninterrupted, sir.
I'm sorry, I still, is this shelter for the Linwood route or for the Dexter route?
This particular bus shelter is for the Dexter, and again, it would be going southbound. It's directly in front of the Valero gas station.
Okay, all right, thank you very much, thank you.
Thank you, sir, for allowing me to give you that. If that garbage can be moved, it makes it so those of us who are elderly can get right onto the bus. The bus has to pretty much pull past that garbage can in order for those of us that are wheelchair bound or who use a walker to get onto it. And I've sent pictures of this showing it to Robert Kramer, Jamie, and Miss Jenny, along with City Council and Senator.
Ma'am, I know you think that it's rude by us stopping you, but everyone else only had 2 minutes. Like I said before, I interrupted you. I had actually given you an extra minute. So please allow time for someone else to speak, okay? Again, this is not about being rude to you. It's just fairness out of our meeting. This is our protocol.
May I take just 3 seconds to respond to that trash can issue and the bus shelter?
Of course, the time limit is not, we want you all to be able to respond. I just want all the attendants
No,
to have.
I know. I just didn't know if we had already responded to the question, if Steve's response was enough. I guess, hello, everyone. This is Jonathan Hondor, Capital Projects Manager with DDOT. Regarding the trash can and the advertisements on the bus shelter, if those advertisements are facing where the bus would be coming from, those were not placed there by us. So we'll make sure we take those down, because every bus shelter should have a visible. We make sure to design them and place them in a way that you can see through to the to where the bus is coming. So first of all, apologies about that. We'll make sure we get our team out there to take those down if it's blocking any view. And then as far as the trash can, we'll look at where the trash can is and make sure there's an accessible path appropriate to where the bus should be stopping. So apologies about that, and we'll make sure we take care of it for you.
Thank you, Jonathan. The next hand up is Jacob.
Hey, hi, can you hear me?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay, cool. Hi, I'm Jacob. I take the bus a lot, and I also go to a lot of the MDOT road construction meetings, and I'd like a little bit more support from all the transit providers about both just the bus stop accessibility and also speaking up for bus lanes. Specifically, the Michigan Ave meetings I went to, and they went from having a dedicated center running BRT lane to basically the same setup it has now. And in one of those meetings, somebody commented, "Nobody rides the bus." And everyone in this meeting knows that's incorrect. However, there's nobody from any of the transit agencies or RTA who replied to that comment with even just like, "That's not true," or ridership numbers, or even just like benefits of dedicated bus lanes, in general, let alone for specifically Michigan Ave. And over the course of the next, 6 to 9 months, MDOT's doing Woodward and Gratiot redesigns. And I'm not going to get up there and say DDOT wants bus lanes unless I know DDOT wants bus lanes. But currently there's no information saying DDOT service could be improved or efficiency could be improved by bus lanes anywhere. And I'd love for you guys to take the initiative to say that first, so that me and all my friends can get up there and say, hey, we would also love bus lanes, and this is what the transit agencies want. Obviously, if that's not true, I'd love that feedback. But I'm just I've been to other cities, even Grand Rapids, that has BRT Light, And I'd love to see that here. And I think we have a huge opportunity in the next couple of years to actually make that happen. Thank you.
Thank you, Jacob. Aaliyah, yours is the next hand up.
Hello, can you hear me, guys? Can you guys hear me?
Yes, go ahead.
So hi. I just had a couple concerns. I've been riding the bus for about 2 years now due to a personal incident, but I've noticed that since the first year I've been riding the bus, the 760 has continually reduced in it has been reducing its pickup times. And now with all of this construction going on around it, the buses are now picking up almost 2 hours. I mean, the pickup times are now 2 hours because the buses are running 40 hours behind. I have called a couple times and made a couple comments about the time. And then the second thing is about the Rosa Parks Transit Center. Now, because of the late pickups, I have to wait at the because how late the 760 is, I have to wait at the Rosa Parks Transit Center a lot longer. And this center has been closed constantly for told me that it's not supposed to close. You guys have even put a sign out on the transit center saying that, hey, the bus is only going to be closed between 12 a.m. and 4 a.m., but it is literally closed every day. I called again and they did inform me about the meeting. And I'm just trying to see if there's any fix. They did tell us about oh, you can just walk over to the Meyer to use the bathroom or anything, but still we're missing our buses. And after waiting almost 45 minutes to get onto another bus, I don't want to have to wait another 30 just because I got to pee and I'm going to miss my connection. Is there anything being done about the actual transit center opening back up or about the 760 line? I understand you guys can't increase the line, but is there a possibility? I mean, because of the issues going on with the 760, is there any way you guys can extend the flex pickup to the 9, what the current capabilities are so people can get to the 461 and the rest of the buses that connect to Detroit? Hello?
Yes, thank you for that. Do we have any responses? Go ahead.
I believe you might be talking about the Smart Route 760 and the fast bus that's operated by Smart. So yeah, we're DDOT. We operate the DDOT buses. So we can, so if you have comments about the Smart bus, best to take those over to Smart and they can do something about it.
Okay, but what about the Rosa Parks Transit Center? Because that is my mistake on the Smart bus, because I spoke to a couple people and they all told me to join in on this. This is going to be for, the Department of Transportation, and that both buses were connected. So I just was like, let me bring it all up. But the main issue is because of how late the buses are, the Rosa Parks Center has been closed constantly for a month. I have placed in numerous complaints about that. I can't get to the bathroom. The main issue is other people can't even get in because it's been closed.
Who can help us with the Rosa Parks being closed at night? Would someone like to join in?
It's not. I did want to say, it's not night. I have been making reports from 4 p.m. up until about 7. It's like the prime pickup time for people getting off work where all this stuff sitting outside, everybody's running over to Meyer, only 2 bathrooms in the Meyer. It's a whole ordeal. And I'm like, is there anything they can do? The workers are just sitting inside looking at us.
So, ma'am, it sounds like this is Corey, Chief Safety Officer with DDOT. It sounds like you're referring to Jason Hargrove because you keep mentioning Myers. I'm confused.
Yes, I'm sorry. I believe I said Rosa Parks, but I do mean the Jason Hargrove Center. I do apologize about that.
Okay, so I did receive some complaints from our customer service department yesterday, and we are researching why it was actually closed. We do know the police closed it at one point, but to your point, we are investigating it.
Okay, because I'm like, I'm a writer myself. I'm just trying to figure out a way to get home without continuously missing my bus and getting home so late.
I'm going to put my work cell phone in the chat. If that occurs again, can you please give me a call directly?
Yes, I will get a screenshot that. Thank you. Because I'm actually on my way towards the center now. So if it is closed, I'll just give you a call and let you know, or send you an email. I'll see you.
And this is Robert Kramer again. So yes, keep letting us know. Obviously, it's on us to monitor this as well. But our intention is not to have either of the transit centers closed for any period of time unless there's some sort of emergency or specific reason to do so.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
we know it really inconveniences the riders. So yeah, we agree, and we're committed to doing better.
Okay. Well, I do appreciate that, and I thank you guys for listening to the concern.
Thank you. And a few people have put their numbers and contact info in the chat, so please check that out.
I am looking. I only see one person who has dropped their email.
I think it's on our end, like
Let's
Corey, can you
see.
make sure you send it to everyone? Thank
Corey,
you
you
for
need to
saying
do
that.
the drop down for
Yeah,
everybody,
thank you. They'll have it in there shortly. It didn't go out to everyone.
and I'll leave it up
Thank
for a
you.
second. Okay, great. I mean, that's everybody who has had a chance to comment once.
Okay, we are approaching 6. Opportunity to make sure that anyone who has not been heard yet, please raise your hand, and please, Kristen or Kyle, let us know if there's anything in the chat that has not been answered. If we don't have any new persons, I definitely want to give Mr. Kramer another opportunity to address everyone.
Hello, thanks again, everyone, for tuning in and taking the time to provide the feedback. And as you heard, we're listening to your concerns and committed to following up. And if Ms. Hunt is still connected, we do have those details you provided, and I know I owe you a follow up on the progress or status of a few of those items, but we are still working on them and committed, like I said, to doing better every day. So. Thank you for continuing to take the time to give us this feedback, and please continue moving into the future. Thank you.
Thank you. Good night, everyone.